Yes, yes, yeah. You are tuned in to Offering Something. I am your host, Michael Bernier. Feeling so lovely to be alive. Yeah. You know that is the truth for certain. You also know that I love our super sweet and kind sponsors at Enjoy Your Life brand, New Balance, Rockport Brewing Company, and CNA Stores.
Shout out.
And we appreciate you watching the show that comes from a genuine place. Yeah.
Does it?
It definitely does.
Definitely does.
Yo, this room is full of amazing humans. That is for sure. Right here. Yo, this individual is a captivating journalist, a high vibes and good times event director, an excelling, I'm telling y'all, an excelling entrepreneur, an OG in the mass cannabis scene. A surprise, he's a prince of the pizza pie too. Yeah. And an aggressively nice guy, Robert DiVincenzo, better known as Bobby Nuggz.
Yo, it's an honor to be here. That might have been the best introduction anybody's ever given me before. Thanks for the hype up, my brother.
Boom!
Michael, I love your energy, bro.
Yo, I love you. I mean that.
I appreciate that. I
Real.
mean that too. I always speak from the heart, and everything always comes from the heart. And love
What a
is
place the
truly
heart
my
is.
religion, especially because of cannabis, right? Yeah. And I'm sure as you, love has brought so many great people into your life.
Love is the thing.
mean,
It's
just
the
look
most
around,
high.
bro. You really you
Yeah.
and your team have cultivated something really unique here, and just thankful to be here.
I love you.
Love you too.
Thank you for sharing in that.
Yes,
Woo! We are glowing today. Yeah. Over here on my left-hand side, a creator of all things epic, a lock you in writer, an elevated event curator, an indefinite demand model. Yeah. And the cannabis queen of all queens, and an absolute dream of a human, Bailey Johnson, a.k.a. or better known as Bailey Nuggz.
Thank you.
Hey.
Thank you so much, Michael. I
Oh
really
my
appreciate
gosh.
you. I'm happy to be here.
Wow.
You are just like an inspiration to me. I watch your podcast all the time. I love your guests. I feel like this is like you should be getting so much shine.
Oh my gosh.
cannot
We
really
are
roll.
shining right
This is
now.
the
This
moment.
this moment right now is it's just it's out of control good. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Yes, and seated over here. Wow. A really loving and kind, knowledgeable man of so much information, Mr. Jonny Deups, also handsome. Yeah, buddy. Yeah. And again,
Johnny.
yeah.
That's what you should call him.
I don't know.
No,
He doesn't
don't.
like that. He tries
much
to
did you
steer us
give her
away
for
from any
that?
talk
You're
about
not-
how he looks
Not
good.
you-
You guys are to not be 5 feet away from each other the
Natural,
whole
all
night.
right, natural Johnny.
No, don't get him
He
going,
pretends
please.
he doesn't like it, but
I'll tell
inside
you
he
later,
does.
doesn't
Bailey.
like it,
No.
Daddy Johnny on the
No. What the
Hey.
fuck?
People see you and they're like, damn,
Yeah.
homie's got a nice jawline, and then they see your weed, bro. And
that
then
Jonny
it's
Depp?
over, bro.
Jonny Depp or Dupes. Also in the room today, a whole lot of people. You know, Burger Snaps is here at the Switcher. My man, how you living?
Yeah, Burger Snaps.
Styling tall.
I
Scott
love those
Winters
burgers.
from CNA Stores is in the room. You know we love you,
What's up,
Scotty.
Scott? Big ups.
You know, and thanks for the gifts that you bear always. Yes. Phall Roots is over there. You look handsome too. You'll take that.
Don't forget the Silly Goose.
Yeah.
Silly Goose Rolling Company.
Silly
They're
Goose
here.
Rolling Company Representative Sean in the
Hell
building.
yeah.
What's up,
Big
player?
ups,
Yeah, howdy is what he's got. And once again, back in the room, Miss Brianna Milano.
Cabanaro. You gotta say it like
Yeah. Yes. All right. Yo, let's have a good time.
Oh, yeah.
All right.
Super happy to be here. It's got
Yeah.
some pepperoni pizza.
Pomodori, big love to them. Just
I didn't know what to expect, but that pizza was really good.
Yeah, the sponsors are on point.
Oh my gosh, they just gave us this delicious pizza.
Pomodori pizza was really good. Pepperoni and Hawaiian. Thank you guys.
We love you, Peter, and Megan, and the whole crew over there, Junior. Yeah.
Taking care of you guys. And they make a good Hawaiian.
Yeah. You were happy with the Hawaiian.
Honestly, that's one of my least favorite pizza combos. Let's talk about it real quick.
Yeah.
John, you like
Some
Hawaiian?
people think it's against their religion to eat it, to be honest with you.
Dude.
How are they putting ham and pineapple together?
I don't even eat pork, and
is that what it is?
I hammered 2 pieces.
You switch out that ham for some bacon, though?
He was saying the same thing. He was like pepperoni or bacon.
Yeah,
what is it? Ham, bacon? Isn't it the same thing?
I mean, it's pork. I mean, beef.
I don't know
beef
much
can be
about that
pepperoni.
category.
Ham's a little sweeter, bacon's a little savorier.
Yeah.
Savorier.
Savorier. But, definitely recommend switching that up next time, getting bacon on instead of the ham.
Yeah, I wish I had known before we made that order.
You know, you need some guidance with your ordering.
He's going to take care of it.
Oh, and big thanks to Caroline.
You handled that well. I am a pizza.
No, I heard him all talking to the lady. He was like, "Hey, girl." Yeah.
It's your boy.
No, he wasn't.
It's your boy. Yeah, he was. He was like, "Yo, it's your boy offering something."
Oh, wow.
Mike told me how to say it. Mike told me how to say it. He said, "Listen,
knew exactly
you're calling
who they were
Pomodori.
talking
You're
about.
talking to
He knows
Caroline."
told him how to
He's
say
got
it.
the whole-
He told
yeah,
me.
He's got the
Mikey's
whole
got him.
thing.
He showed me how to get free food. Now everybody's fucked.
Again, free pizza here.
Can't call
was like,
Pomodori and
"Hey,
say it's
what's up?"
offering something. They know.
Yeah, they did. They came through quick too.
Now you got to get like your
it's
order
incredible.
in. They'll be like, "Oh, the usual." You'd be like,
Oh.
Oh wait, the kid was young. Do you think he drove? It's a block away. Do you think he ran that pizza here? Let's talk about that.
"Yeah." No, he
I think he
definitely
drove.
He drove? Okay.
Yeah,
I think
he
he
was maybe
drove.
17.
If I was
I'm
Pete,
not
I would have
old.
sent him with
You
his
couldn't even
Nikes.
stand out there for 5 minutes earlier.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah,
Okay.
You haven't introduced the dog.
We love you, Pomodori, but I think
We
that
love you,
we can come
Pomodori.
to a close on the topic.
Yes. Yes.
So Bobby Nuggz is here in the studio today. You have a lot going on, and
Stay busy.
as I sit there and try to like come up with the right things to discuss, I'm like, forget it, that's out the window, right? So my first thing is, what's the main business that all of this is operating under? What is that?
So the main
The
business,
title.
basically all this is operating under is High-End Events Company.
High-end events company.
And that's something that my wife and I, Bailey here, co-founded about 5 years ago. Actually, in April this year will be our 5-year anniversary. We're basically concept event specialists. We come up with very unique event concepts that really have never been utilized or thought of before.
Pause right there. Give me like the most unique event concept that you ever put
Yeah.
out there on the map that you're like, yo, we started that.
So Interpretasting is probably one of our brainchilds. That was
Yes.
the first real cannabis tasting and pairing event on the East Coast. It was all about and is all about sampling the locally grown cultivars of cannabis and concentrates and pairing that with unique fruits and foods and different chefs.
Super
prepared
fine dining experience.
Interpretasting.
Yeah, we're all.
And
I'm
it's
all
got a
about
great
wordplay.
name.
Some of my best ideas are
Yes.
all from.
Wait, can I
mixing
break it
words.
down for him?
Go ahead.
Break
You're
it down.
interpreting what you're tasting, and
Yes.
you're tasting terps.
Yes.
Wow.
And that's probably our most unique concept.
Interpreting.
5 years in
Look
April,
at
we've done
that.
I'll
about
say,
50 of
so
them.
we have this trademarked, you guys, so you can't ever use this. I went and
Miss
got this
Business
file.
over here.
So what? So
Don't
what?
go stealing
It's
my
an
stuff.
ugly word. It's an ugly word, but after it's like a household
It's not
word.
an ugly word.
Once you get used to it, you're like, oh,
Interpretation.
It's a little challenging the first
yeah,
time.
yeah. You're like,
Yes,
oh,
but
what?
once you get it, you're like,
I'm
oh,
uncomfortable.
And then you
Oh my
just say,
gosh.
you're like, I don't like this.
But then in the end of it,
Words.
you're happy you
you're
said
happy,
it.
like,
So
like,
those
damn.
so those are food events that you throw that have cannabis
Yes.
involved with the courses of food.
Yes, and the food's not infused. It's all about the tasting and the pairing of the
And
concentrate.
intellectually, yeah, you pair the weed or the concentrate for the dish being served.
100%. And how we usually do that is we
Yes.
get the test results of each strain,
Mhm.
and we break down the terpene profile,
Yep.
and then we diagnose those terpenes of what pairings they would work best.
Do you want to share
Listen
what
to me, hold
laboratory
on.
you're using?
How much of that is y'all just going, let's just always say that these two kinds go together?
Honestly, a lot of it is personal preference, you know what I
Right.
mean? But it's universal. Some things were just meant to be together, you know what I mean? Like me and Bailey. But also like an orange strain and a mimosa. Like Scott had given me some mimosa from CNA. I would immediately pair that with, you know, one of our fresh pressed juices from our homie Juice
I was
Man.
just gonna say.
Juice
Shout out.
Man. Yo,
That's
you
my
get a lot
blend.
of love on this show,
Because-
Juice Man.
That Juice Man helped bring Interpretasting's concept, you know, forward in so many ways, and now the Juice Man juice is just popping every.
He's such a good dude too.
He's
It couldn't have
amazing.
happened to a better person.
Honestly, and it felt good to meet someone equally as passionate
He
about
was
something
so
as I
nice.
was.
He
Yeah.
brought his parents over one time, and they like thanked Bobby. They were like, "Thank you for like improving our son's lives."
It was a
Nice.
blessing just to see his
And we were
parents and
like,
meet
"Oh,
them,
shit,"
and then for
like-
them to even, thank
To
me.
acknowledge,
You
yeah.
must
You'll
hype me
remember
up
your
to mom
first
and
time.
dad.
Yeah.
Super
He
close.
loves you.
He's
Yes.
a real genuine person, and honestly,
Isn't he?
His juice is fire.
It is. We've consumed gallons
Juice is something
of it.
we all look at like, whatever, it's juice.
Yeah.
But then you meet
No, but
someone
he's
like
funny
Dave, and
with
you're
it.
like, wow, there's a science to this.
Mm-hmm.
And all these years, over 3.5 years I've worked with him, I've never tried the same juice twice.
But knowing that an incredible and energized, genuine, like unique human created the juice, like knowing that he made it is ultimately the driving factor in
100%.
getting that juice.
call it
And then the
passionately
juice is
fused.
great.
His product is passionately fused and passionately infused because he don't like when people think that it's
No.
infused with weed.
Yeah.
That's how it like first started out too. People had
Yeah.
He really confused a lot of people that watched
With
the
the
show
piff,
by
yeah,
saying
yeah.
The
piff.
piff.
Yeah.
So,
So
he didn't
people
know
are
what
asking us,
piff
like,
meant.
is there weed in
like,
it?
no,
Is
this
it-
is
Yeah,
cannabis
so
like
we
now.
talked to him, and he was like, "What does piff mean?" And we're like, "Oh, piff, that
So
piff."
him,
And
piff,
he's like,
fire
"That's
haze.
something
good."
really
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
But I
Yeah,
don't
that's
think
a-
he initially
a chronic
realized the relation
cad.
with weed that
And he was
word
like,
had.
"Oh, piff means weed. Like
Yeah.
that's why people think."
So I'd say
that-
interpretation is one of our most important concepts that really changed our lives. And
Where was the event held? The first
so
event?
The first event was at Summit Lounge. Big up Summit Lounge. They have
What's Summit Lounge? What
Summit
is
where
Lounge
is that?
a smoke lounge in Worcester.
Mm-hmm.
They've been operating for about 6
Massachusetts.
years. Yeah, man, and they're doing something really unique.
Private
and still
club.
to this day, they're one of the only establishments of its kind, really, in the whole state of Massachusetts. There are a few
Yeah,
others
it's
now.
reminiscent of an Amsterdam
Yes.
social
You
club.
can't purchase,
So,
your weed there. though.
Overseas, it's a bit different than it is here. If you've been
In
to
what
Spanibus,
sense, Bailey?
So their dispensaries are also their social consumption lounges.
Oh, isn't that nice
So
now?
where you go and buy the weed is where you're
You can buy
expected to
some.
consume on site, and they do this in order to like prevent you from being out on the streets or whatever. Like they give you a place to smoke. They give you the weed to smoke and a
Barcelona
place
has
to smoke it.
probably a couple hundred social
They'll have
clubs.
30-40% of their sales with that too, having
yeah.
a safe
Yeah.
space for them
all
to.
under this
It's
one roof.
safer and it makes
First
a lot
floor
of
dispo,
sense.
second floor
and-
billiards and cafe.
It's brilliant.
And then the glass shop usually is.
Massachusetts, get your
and
shit
there's a
together.
glass
Stop making it so
shop,
hard
and
for people to
there's,
do
you know,
that.
Accessories.
The
yeah.
future of
There are-
social consumption's bright.
3,000 bars. It's fucking ridiculous.
While we're on ridiculous, are there states in the United States of America where cannabis consumption is illegal?
Oh yeah.
Yes.
That's
Yeah.
still a thing.
Over
That,
half-
how
over
many
half-
of those
over half
states?
the
It's
United
not just
States,
decrim though. I think it's
No.
federally decriminalized. No.
No, it's not federally
No.
decriminalized.
No.
It's still
No.
state by state basis.
Yeah, 100%.
Really?
We're almost at
Yeah.
that level now where
That's
the
surprising.
26 states have some sort of weed law.
I thought,
Is
like, okay,
Nebraska
maybe it's not
still not
legal, but
criminalized?
it's like
I'm not
you
sure
get a
on the
fine.
Nebraska,
I
you
think
go to
Nebraska might be
jail.
They
still
may
one
have
of the
just had some sort of
most
law passed.
stickler states of
Damn, I
all.
don't
What did they
even
just
know.
don't
I
know
just
about the
looked
world?
at it
was
right
the
now,
last
so.
most recent one to go wreck, I believe. So yeah, there's still some states where you can go in and if you're caught with a couple grams, you're going to jail for it right away.
Is that where you're gonna move next?
That's
Well,
fucking
Where?
crazy.
Hell no.
Yeah, so we
We-
can be activists
Yeah.
again.
You know,
There
I
you
miss
go.
that.
that would be cool to go
You
to
miss-
somewhere where you could have a fresh start like that. And
This
kinda
is
press the
interesting.
reset
The
button.
point she raises that she
Mhm.
misses the phase of being an activist and fighting for the freedom of cannabis.
Yeah, it's like you don't know what you're fighting for. Once it becomes legal, all the chads come in, and you're like, "Damn, this shit is corporate as fuck right now."
Can you-
I'd be like, "Yo, let's go to like Alabama or some shit, change the law."
Once the South gets on board, I really think that rescheduling is
Yeah.
just close down the threshold.
Yeah.
But once the Bible Belt even gets decriminalized or even medical,
Mm-hmm.
it will
I
change
don't know
everything.
the laws of Alabama. It might
Well, that's
be
the
legal
thing. There's so
there.
many ways
Who
you can
knows?
you can roll the dice. You can go decriminalize. You can have a medical program
It'll,
or
yeah.
rec, which medical usually leads.
Yeah,
to
we
that.
just came from Miami, from Florida. So in Miami, it's decrim.
medical.
Oh, it's
Only-
medical.
Only in Miami.
Florida
only
is
in
very
Miami.
strange with the cannabis
Yeah,
laws.
If
It's
If you
quite
leave
unique.
Miami and you have weed, you're fucked.
If you
you're
don't have,
in.
if you don't
What
have
it-
a medical
So
You
what
don't
it
have
what it comes
You
down
can't get
to
anything.
what it comes down to state by state is having like
They try to
an
sell you that
amount
other
of
stuff.
people that actually want to show up to the legal hearing. So Massachusetts, like Bobby was saying,
Everybody's wicked baked.
yeah, people show up to the legal hearings and show the support, so they realize how many people are pro cannabis. All these states that don't have it legal are people are hiding behind bushes and, oh, I don't want to smell like weed. I don't want to show you I'm stoned, blah, blah, blah. So as long as they're hiding, it's not going to push them forward and they're going to be behind.
That's kind of where I made my bones, is putting my face out there and my real name doing this. Probably like 08, 09 is when I just decided I'm going to go
tell the world. I'm ready for
And,
this. So
shit's crazy.
I know we're going to be riding on the topic of cannabis, marijuana all night. So when it comes down to this Massachusetts OG cannabis scene, you are always in the conversation, right?
That's
And for the viewers out there and for some people in the room, like, what exactly from your position, from your standpoint, is your role in the cannabis world? Why are you this OG legend, Bobby Nuggz? I say Bobby Nuggz if everybody knows you.
I made my bones, like I was saying. I mean, it all came down to me consuming and being a true weed head and always having fireweed on me, always have fire hash on me. Everywhere I would go, I would have a bowl or something to smoke out of, or I'd have a fatty that everybody could share. And
Backpack with you, this
always,
type?
everywhere I go. And really, music festivals made me who I am.
Yeah,
And I would go
okay.
6 days, 5 or 6 days at a time, I would camp, bring a pound. I would trade that pound, handfuls, not even weighing nothing.
Yeah.
Just trade handfuls of weed all weekend and make friends by doing so.
Yeah, of course.
My weed was always way better than everybody else.
Where you
At
getting
that
it
time,
from? Where you getting it?
Just a couple really good growers and real true mama pop.
Yeah.
And at the time, you know, probably 09, it was still, Headies was still like the thing.
Headies.
So if you had
Con
like
buds.
that medical, or you were getting some strains from like, you know, some of those Attitude Seed Bank, and you could find a really good pheno of something, people would
A
pay
really good
attention
what
to
of
it.
something?
Pheno, which is like, you know, a certain type
Phenotype.
of strain of cannabis. It, you know,
So
If
each
a
strain
family has
cousins.
4 brothers, each one of them is going to be different. One's going to be more
Exactly.
handsome,
I
one's going to be
gotcha.
more strong, and one's going to be probably most intelligent.
Yeah, so we do pheno hunts. So it'll be the same strain but different phenotypes. So you're
I
able
gotcha.
to
Different
pick
characteristics.
Like the best.
it's crazy how a pheno number 1 or pheno number 12 could be the same strain but express totally different characteristics, such as one could be purple, completely purple.
It's
one
like
could be
you're the
lime
golden
green,
child.
You know?
You're the good,
Yeah.
the
Cannabis
good
is
child that went
crazy.
to college.
That's what I do.
That's
and
what
that's
drew
what I've
me
done
to
for a
it.
long time.
It's so
That's my
unique. The plant
favorite.
is so unique, you know?
Let's roll on a little further. So, yeah, what is it about cannabis? Like, why you like being high? Is that the original
I always loved
attraction?
being high. For me, it was always, you know, cannabis helped me check my mental baggage out the door.
Oh,
It gave me
yeah.
gave me
All
that
the
fresh
problems
start and
come
that fresh
from it. Yeah.
clarity. And ever since I was a little boy, I've suffered tremendous amounts of loss, pain, and suffering, and just a lot of sorrow and fucked up shit that happened to me since I was a kid. And when I discovered weed, it gave me a sense of ease that I was looking for.
What
my
happened?
whole
You
life.
lost your parents?
So it's a lot of crazy shit. You know, my baby, my brother's father, he was murdered when I was like 6 years old and got wrapped up in some real heavy drugs. And
Yeah.
he was an armed robber, robbed armored trucks. And I'm from Rhode Island, Massachusetts. That's where my whole family grew up. And
Yeah.
where we're from, and back in the 80s and 90s, I mean, that was one of the choices you would make and one of the professions you kind of get into, I guess. If you
Saying
rub
being a
elbows with
gangster,
that.
being a crimey, yeah.
And that kind of, you know, changed my life from 6 years old till I was 18, and in and out of, you know, a lot of rehabilitation programs myself, and, you know, constant therapy. And when I
For
first started-
drugs or for theft or just
for
everything?
me personally, it was all, you know, it was all drugs. I
Yeah.
started at a very young age being a drug addict, and about 16 experimenting.
And
with
that,
drugs.
what year are we? Where is this?
probably
88?
05.
2005.
Yeah, I'm 36. How
Yeah.
about you?
44.
Oh, you look good for your age.
Oh, thank you so very much.
Yeah, a lot of substance abuse, man. And
shit.
when I finally discovered really good cannabis, it opened a new door for me. And that was
So
probably
co-
07, you know?
Cannabis was a gateway for
It
you?
was.
Oh my
Yo,
God,
something
he
new.
changed
Yo.
so much.
Yeah, she knew me back then.
I don't think I knew anybody that like cannabis actually was the gateway, like
it
they
was
try to tell you.
something
Yeah.
new for me. And that's,
It was the gateway, but also the exit.
it was.
It's
Okay.
both.
Shout out
Yeah.
Dr. Uma. You know, cannabis
Yeah,
was my
cannabis
exit drug.
is the exit.
Wait,
and
what
the
year was
gateway.
that? Because I met you in 2010.
It was probably 07, you know, 07.
I met
So
you a
what
few
does the
years.
cannabis
yeah, he was
lead
bad.
us
You
to?
didn't
What's
see him
next?
before.
So for me, at 2009, I ended up taking some acid and finally found more clarity in my life and was figuring out my substance as a human being, and started writing poetry. And about that later that summer, I got published in my first magazine writing about weed. And I did an article about cannabis because we just went medical in 06.
Yeah.
This was like 09. I did my first article.
What was the magazine?
Cannabis Times, it was called.
Look
man.
at you, Cannabis
I was
Times.
this little old Rhode Island boy.
You're a
writing
part of the
about weed
story.
in California, and discovered Jack Herer and Dennis Perron and just all these people that inspired me, bro. And, you know, sparked this flame inside my head. And I was like, this is real. I could actually do this for a living and work in weed. From going and thinking that.
And people were telling you were crazy.
You
Yep.
know, get in trouble, you got to take the piss test for a year. You know, you're fucking screwed with your parents. Like, so we grew up around the dare mentality. You know what I mean? And
Absolutely.
breaking out of that and breaking that mold. My mom was like, from going on in mental hospitals and in and out of rehab, my mom was like, fuck yeah, do that. Do you 100%? You have our full support.
Yeah.
So the last 15 years, every day of my life has been a full-on dedication to weed.
Wow.
Yeah, he really did change, not only mentally but physically. Like, Bobby looked like a different person, and then all of a sudden, one day, it just clicked, and he was like a fully formed human. And I was like, oh,
that was
shit.
a test on me.
I was like, all happy for you.
What do you? So you're taking like prescribed
Xanax,
pills to like get right?
They had me over
Like
probably
lithium
30 different pharmaceuticals in 2 years.
Lithium is when you
Lithium.
troubled, bro.
Oh, I was bad. It was bad. I was suicidal.
He
I
was
wanted
bad.
to die.
Deep
Like-
depression, shades closed.
Yeah, everything.
When I tell you
know?
he was a different person, he was like 100% a different person.
You do look physically different from when I first met you.
Yeah,
Good to
yeah,
know.
it's
You look
crazy.
you look very healthy.
One day
Thank
I
you,
saw
my
him and
brother.
I was
You look
like,
very
whoa.
healthy. You look
I
good,
was
man.
like, who are you?
You're like
I
a
was
fine
That's
hi.
what the cannabis community did for me.
Yeah.
You know?
Like, I love you.
I'm super blessed. I get to meet people like you, and even Bailey. Cannabis brought me to you. You know, super funny to that. Everything kind of comes full circle.
So
Smoked
crazy.
the blunt together.
anything good in my life is because of weed. You know.
So at this point, what would you say are the positive benefits of your cannabis consumption in your day-to-day life?
What is popping over? Yo, I'm loving this. I'm loving this right now.
What is happening here?
Hold on, you're just gonna.
All right. Oh, look at this.
I love your fit, bro.
Ooh.
What's good? Now we got.
Wow, get in the seat. Look at
don't even know
wow.
who it is,
I
but-
think we're underreacting
Fancy
for the
mustard?
fancy mustard that has arrived here.
Hello? This could be a serial killer. We don't
Wow.
know.
We don't know. We don't know. I love it though.
But you're tall and possibly armed.
Fancy
I'll
mustard
take
belongs
this,
on
though.
the glizzies, yo.
All right, not armed.
Nothing. Okay.
The mustard
no,
though
no weapons.
reminds me.
no
We were just in
gun. He was
Miami.
like,
Mustard reminds me of a Cuban sandwich. So
mustard reminds me of a
it
Cuban
does.
sandwich.
It does. But this is unique.
Does
Like
anyone
Well-
know? He's
Guys are
not gonna
surprised.
talk.
All of a sudden,
He's like Mickey Mouse at Disneyland.
Yes.
Like, you're not gonna get a word
one of
out
those
of him.
characters.
I am uniquely intrigued.
The mask.
To
Your,
learn.
your eyes
Crazy.
aren't scary at all.
I can't believe the puppy hasn't seen me yet and hasn't freaked out. Yeah, this is fire. Like what? Fancy mustard. I love it. Should give him the puppy.
All right,
was
we're
awesome.
on some sort of unique pause here for fancy mustard, man.
Anyway.
So, how has the cannabis at this point in your life created, like, what are the positive impacts for you?
Man, so it's just endless for me personally, and I'm always gonna pay my gratitude to weed because I constantly have calamity like this happening in my life, and every day in my life is a movie now because of weed.
Every day is.
Truly, like, the blessing for me was my mental health. That's really where cannabis has played the biggest role. It made me a more confident person.
Yeah.
And without confidence, the world's a harder place.
So you touch on something that I speak on often, and that is confidence and the value that it holds in life. Like,
Guys,
Why am I crying? He's scaring me. No,
Get
just
your
kidding.
confidence
I
up.
love
Get
you.
your confidence
I love
up.
you, Mustard Man.
there you go. She touched mustard, man.
He's okay. I touched
There
him.
you go.
He's
We
human.
chilling.
Stay yellow.
Mustard Man needs a dab.
You must be confident. Like
You mustard be.
You mustard be confident.
It's true.
Very
It's true.
interpretation.
Confidence is everything. Like, it takes confidence and balls to walk in a room full of
So
people
walk in
with a
just
fancy
like
mustard outfit
fair
on.
mustard guy.
But that's all. It's
Yeah.
all,
Go on.
also comes down to breaking down barriers,
Thank
right?
you.
You know, mental
What-
barriers. That's what confidence is.
Yeah. So what confidence can lead every individual to is something that is by far the most
Straight
valuable.
giggles out here.
Yeah.
Giggle fast over here.
And that is the opportunity to actually be yourself,
I agree.
right?
I agree.
Like so many people that exist around us every single day, the way they're operating, the way they're moving is because of what other people are going to
it's
think
so
about
true.
them.
It's so
Even
true.
when they put on their underwear, their pants, they're not thinking about how do I like these pants. They're like, how the people going to think about these pants that I'm putting on
It's
right now, right?
unavoidable. It
So
really
what?
is, though.
But what confidence does for you, and this gross willingness to just comfortably and kindly and lovingly be yourself, it allows you to be the most appealing you can ever be as an individual. You are the sunshine. When you walk in a room, people know right away when this person, they're just comfortable in themselves. They're
A
confident.
lot of the times that person's stoned.
Yeah.
You know? Which
Yeah, I can vouch
truly
for you.
shines out on that authenticity factor too, and
Yeah.
like you
More
said,
often
helps
than
you
not,
find the
they're
true
high.
you.
It's so hard to hide who you are and to not face the issues you have when you consume cannabis. People will tell you that I get paranoid. That's not paranoia. That's that you're confused with what this should be defined as. That is the issues that you have within you and the cannabis working on your side in an advantageous way to bring your problems to the forefront so you deal with them. That's not
Interesting. Yeah,
paranoia.
I've never heard
Well,
anyone like
that,
reference it
but
that
that's
way.
the reality. It's you have issues. I'm going to help you to get them out of you. It'll bring them
Yeah, it's
to
just
the
bringing you
forefront.
to a more
Force
conscious
you to deal
place.
with them. And that's what
Exactly.
people are
I can
calling
see that.
paranoia. They're not like, I smoke weed and I think there's voices in my head and people are coming in my windows. Well, the paranoia is dealing with yourself. That's what it is. So if you got problems, it's just there to
Yes.
help you iron them out.
It's like, damn,
Just a
I'm
little
so
steam.
present. Like, I need to not, you lose yourself in a lot of things. But when you're smoking weed, it's kind of hard to not face yourself.
Right. You're so much more self-accountable, all the good things. Bailey, when I first introduced you, right, I said you were a writer. What are you writing down? I said you were a lock you in writer, which means
I write constantly.
What are you writing?
Everything. Just even about my day. Like you were saying, being truthful and being your authentic self is one of the most important things that you can do in this world. So I just try to document my feelings. And right now I'm writing for Leaf magazine. I do their centerfold articles. I do flower reviews, concentrate, topicals, and we do kind of like.
Is there a picture of
pages
you
of
with
the
this
month.
each time? Like,
Oh yeah, every single month for the last 2 years we've been writing for them.
Actually,
and
3 years. Bailey's
I-
probably done.
Actually, 3 years.
I might even be like being modest. Yeah, hundreds and hundreds of articles with beautiful photo centers.
What are you
and
writing about?
We
I'm
do
sorry.
flower reviews.
Flower reviews.
Flower, concentrate,
Yeah.
topical reviews.
We go to all the dispensaries and we give honest
dispensary,
feedback about their
bud
products,
tender of the
you know?
month.
It's something we enjoy.
People nervous when y'all walk in.
Oh, you know.
No,
like, oh,
no, they don't even know who
no.
we are.
How are they
really,
gonna
and-
review
A
this?
lot of the times we're able to fly under the radar a little bit, but you'll always
Yeah,
find
we
that
try to just
one
be
bud
cool.
tender or manager is like, oh.
Mostly they know him. Nobody knows me. They'll be
I
like,
tr-
oh,
even at
who
that
are
though, I
you?
try
I'm
not
like,
to
I
let
don't
it be
know.
known that we're reviewing
Nobody.
the product. You know what I mean? Try to give it.
What do you think about this fancy mustard bear? Yeah.
That was excellent.
Exactly.
That was the best answer that I heard all night. Yeah.
Fucking love this guy.
Don't overlook
He
the
doesn't
fact.
scare me even a little.
No, you feel like 88% comfortable.
Okay.
88's fair. It's passing grade.
Everyone else feels okay, so.
Yeah. You
I'm
said
good, too.
that you were truthful and honest when you were just describing your writing and how you go about life. And I just want to say that I'm sorry if I'm wrong, but I think this is the first time we've met. Is that true?
Yes.
Okay. So this is the first time we're meeting, and I feel like I've known you for a lifetime. Like we could be famo, right?
Try to just bear it. you
Yeah.
know? Yeah.
You've
I
been
feel
yourself.
Like my family too.
Oh, try to just bear it. Look at her. She's so
Bear it.
clever.
Right in
So
there.
funny.
He's
Pound
looking
it.
for a fist bump over there.
Don't leave
Oh,
him hanging.
sorry.
Wow.
Nah, we love writing is such a huge part of our everyday lives. Like me too. We write everything down constantly. We're bloggers and
So, Michael, if you think about like a piece of cinema that you love,
A good piece.
why did you love it? Like this movie, whatever, this scene. Because
Stand By Me. Why is it
Love that
so
movie.
good?
No, because it
So good.
showed
Outsiders.
like the
Alright.
beauty of that moment. Like it showed the honesty, the sincerity of that moment. And someone was able to like fully capture it and like all of its essence and all of its depth. And I just think that's a beautiful
So
thing.
you
That's what I
read
try
back
to do.
the piece that you wrote and you like analyze it and you make sure it's going to captivate your
Yeah,
audience?
not only that, but like just telling my story and being as real as I possibly can about it. And like,
So you care?
yes. And just showing like that perspective. And
Wow.
it doesn't matter what your perspective is. If you're able to just be honest and be like real about it, it's kind of the most beautiful thing you can do.
I'm going to be real about this. I said you were a model, and I said you were a definitely in-demand model. What's exciting in your world of modeling? Oh, nice tattoo underneath there.
Yeah, I got some tattoos.
Yeah.
For modeling, I right now am looking for any type of representation. If there's an agency out there that's looking to book someone of my gender and age and race, like I'm looking for representation. Right now I do weed modeling, and I love smoking and being able to pose with weed in like really interesting ways. So the smoke, kind of like the stuff that you get, and someone gets
Really
the smoke
interesting.
and, and makes it like super cool. So I think that's most.
we recently did a photo shoot with Nova Farms for higher breed clothing. That was actually fire.
Yeah, we can like
Nova
express our
Farms.
love.
So we're getting
I think I did a show
she's getting
there
some
with
campaigns
Redman.
with some cool
Is
people.
that-
Of course, dude.
I did a show, me,
we were there.
Redman. You were it?
Yeah, we were there.
Okay.
That,
All right.
Nova Farms
Yeah, you
kills
know
it.
them.
Shout out.
Who was here from Nova?
Mark?
Okay.
Mark. He wasn't in this room. We were there. And he
Yeah,
seems
so
like a
there's
really nice
Tommy.
person. The whole team was like,
There's Blair. He's
There's
the
so many
owner.
over there that we
He's so
love.
cool.
Good
Is
peeps.
homie who gave you the Buddha pendant?
Zach. Yeah,
Zach?
Zach's one of like the
We
original
met
members.
them like
He's
in
he's running the
Vegas,
Jersey store now.
and he gave Bobby like a Buddha pendant.
I love
It was
Jade.
the cutest thing ever.
Actually, I'm rocking some Jade right now.
He like
What is
jumped
it?
out of
Jade.
a.
Lucky Jade.
Did he jump out of
okay,
a plane?
Okay, I got you.
Did.
He
So
jumped
Zach
out of a
is-
plane
Zach is
or
an
some
adrenaline
shit. Like,
junkie.
yeah, and then
I'm
he
not
all
jumping
while
out of any
being high.
planes. Man on the land, fish in the sea, birds in the sky, player.
You're not gonna catch me jumping out of 90 stories
So you
high.
don't
I'm
fly
on
Yeah.
though?
with
You
that.
don't take planes?
Of course I take planes.
Oh,
Some people, I
okay.
take planes all the time. I'm taking a plane tomorrow. Let's
All
go.
right, that's what's up.
Where you heading?
Key West, baby, 25th
Lucky.
anniversary.
Yeah.
We got like 10,000
You know, my
people
dad lived
flying
there
in.
my entire
That's
life.
what's up. Whose
I never
whose
got to go down.
anniversary?
Oh, the 25th anniversary of the Key West Half Marathon 5K
I
rum
saw you
stroll. I'm
promoting
like,
it.
I'm the vibe. I'm the MC.
Wicked
It's
cool.
a good
Oh, yeah.
scene.
We
It's
loved Miami.
wild,
We were
yo.
just in South Florida maybe like 3 weeks ago, and
Yeah.
South Florida is a whole vibe.
It
It
is.
reminds me of Vegas, of Hollywood, and the Caribbean.
It is
all
confused.
wrapped in one.
Yes.
It is confused.
I spent
No,
time
I
in
love Key
Miami
West.
too.
It's awesome.
Key West is a good vibe.
I went to the
Miami has
Hemingway
fun
house.
there. Almirada. Yeah. Phall Roots, you want to switch out with Mustard Man? Yeah.
Do you know
My
the
dude Mustard.
Man?
Mustard
pleasure,
Man,
sir.
you're getting moved to a seat.
Is this a good time to take a dab or?
Oh my gosh.
That was.
Yeah.
That was.
All right. All the love to the Mustard Man. he's
like spicy mustard.
He's going to smoke a hash hole.
This is good. This
think
is
he needs the light on,
real good.
It's dark up there for him. He's
Does
gonna
he know
bust
where the
his
light
ass.
is?
Oh
Do you know
my
where the
god.
light is, Mustard Man?
He doesn't speak.
He doesn't.
So let's
Busting out
talk
some
about a
cold
few
starts.
things in your world. So I know that you are highly involved with Hexpo.
Yeah,
We gave
man.
some love to that when
appreciate
the
that.
dudes from 421 Better Late Than
Josh.
Never were
Shout
here.
out our homie Josh.
What's up with yeah, I know
Hexpo-
that's your
Hexpo
homie
is-
Josh. He was the one that put us onto it.
That's so
Yeah.
funny. You bastard,
Yeah.
bro.
Yeah.
Hexpos is our new brainchild. Basically, I'm a huge collectible guy. I love collectibles.
Yeah.
X-Men, comic books, you name it. I've collected it over
Star
the years.
Wars?
Yeah.
Star Wars was one
I
of the
never
only
cared
things
about
that I really
any of
didn't
that.
get into.
Yeah.
I don't know. It kind of was not my age group. X-Men was like right there for me. But Hexpo is basically taking a collectibles Comic-Con convention and mixing it with a cannabis convention. It's called the
It's still
Halloween
dark up
Cannabis
there. Is he
Expo,
okay?
right? And I'm sure he's fine. He knows
Bears
what's going on
hibernate.
there. But Hexpo actually,
he's a bear.
we won
He's
an award
hibernating,
for this
that's
event last March. It
What
was
kind of an award did you win for
from the
this
New
event?
England Cannabis Convention.
Anycan
We won the Best
Award.
Cannabis Experience 2023. So they considered our event the best cannabis event of the year, which is super cool. Very
And that's in
humbling.
New England?
Yeah, we do it in Massachusetts.
It's at the Boston Heinz Convention Center.
What? So
Yeah.
this is a big boy thing.
Yeah,
How
so
many
it's a big
people are
deal.
coming through the doors?
Thousands,
Last year we had,
thousands.
1,500, but we're growing steadily.
Yeah.
Oh,
And,
for us, no. Ours is like only like 1,500 to 1,000, but
Any
Nican
can has 10,
Yeah.
1,000,
probably 10,
10,000.
20,000 people
Look at
show up
that,
at
yeah.
their event throughout
Yeah,
the
they're a
weekend.
big deal. Yeah.
Another event I've attended, every single Anycan they've had since probably 2014, and they were one of our
Shout out to Mark
sponsors.
Shepard.
Shout out Mark, all the Anycan fam.
Shout out Nican.
We're-
Working
I'm an
Oh my
Anycan
gosh.
3-time
Judge.
award winner, 20-time nominee.
Right, I started to go through like the
Crikey.
awards situation that you got going on. Like you could ramble that on for the rest of the
Could.
show.
I'm super blessed that I've been, offered any type of accolade or recognition in this, and all because of cannabis. And
What are the ones you're the most proud of? You were like, yeah.
honestly, like that best cannabis experience, like we were the underdog. We were going
Yeah.
up against events that have been going on for 30 plus years,
Yeah.
and that have hundreds of thousands of people attending. And for our first year event, like
We
that
didn't
was a
think we were
step.
gonna
Disrupting the
win.
game,
We
boy.
didn't even go. We weren't
didn't
even
even
at the
go
award
to the
show.
ceremony.
People were calling me like, "Yo, you got to get over here. You won." I was like, "No."
We
fucking
were
way."
like at Dylan.
So we were
which
souped. I'm
is,
still
like,
hyped.
next
I'm
door
still hyped on it,
to
honestly. Like
And they were like, "You won," and we're like, "Oh
So
shit!"
dope.
We like ran over there.
they're
and
they're
we
coming
got our
back
award and-
in March for the awards again, so we might have to try
That
to
was
retain
cool.
our title.
Yeah.
But other than that, I think that I'm 2-time Rhode Island Cannabis Activist of the Year award, which is super cool. I was on the State House steps in Rhode Island, snow, rain,
Fighting
signs
for
in my
the
hands,
cause.
I was
rallying,
just smoking
protesting,
in the
speaking
background.
and speakers,
No one
and
knew. I was
trying to get lobbyists to help, and that was really where I first got my taste of activism. And the KOP Warrior Award was another one that I won. Michael Malta, they called him the King of Pot. He was from Boston. He was
I
a famous
don't know
cannabis
him.
activist.
Yeah, you got the Michael
passed away in
Malta Award from
2013.
Young Jerks.
Yep, he's someone that he did so much in such a short period of time that he's actually involved in this. He made a huge impact on our community.
Okay, Holly.
Bobby Nuggz, can you comfortably and confidently say that you are a part of the reason that cannabis was legalized in Massachusetts?
Honestly, I can comfortably say that in Rhode Island and probably
I'm
Massachusetts.
sorry, Rhode Island.
Both, and like it's not like California here; it's state by state. So not only did Rhode Island need my help, but Massachusetts needed my help too. Maine has needed my help. So we've traveled, every state in the Northeast and
Yeah.
tried to put in some work, whether that is dabbing on camera and trying to end the stigma, or helping with the rallies and the
It
protests.
eventually gets to the East
Or
Coast.
throwing social consumption events where we, set an example as adults that can smoke freely in a setting and not have any problems.
So you feel like the stigma still exists?
Oh,
Like
yeah,
you
man.
operate like people are
Totally.
judging.
Totally, and that's
Absolutely.
unfortunate.
In the closet.
Yeah.
After all these 15 years for me in September, I've been doing this weed thing, right? And after all that time, to see people still have such negative judgment towards people who smoke weed is a shame.
What are they saying about people that smoke weed? What are these negative
Oh man, I don't
statements
even
that
try
you're
to
saying?
get into reading comments on the comment section, but no, dude, like, yeah,
Yo,
man.
so a lot of them were like, "Oh, that torch looks like you're smoking crystal meth."
that's one of the go-tos.
That was a
with
big
the
one.
dabbing.
Yeah, people were like, "Oh,
Dabbing in
why does it look
particular-
like
Well,
you're
I'm not.
smoking meth?"
Definitely. Dabbing in
Like,
particular is something
those
that
are
I've tried to
very
educate
different.
about most
Yeah.
of all. And I've had friends who have blown themselves up, and I've had friends die from.
Yeah, but you
making
can't die from
extractions.
dabbing. You're
No, but you can
you're
die
you're
from making it.
misleading that.
By that I mean they're
Like,
extracting,
damn, you took a
and
glow.
an explosion happened. So
Like, this is that.
education with hash is important. And
No, you prefaced that wrong because
maybe
you
I
were
did.
like, "Oh, dabbing," because I had people die. Like, no,
No,
you will not die
that's
from
not what I meant.
dabbing.
You cannot die
You
from
will
dabbing.
Don't
take
get it
cold
confused.
stars.
But BHO, the
No one's
extraction
gonna
process
die.
is
Ruining it,
extremely
Bobby.
volatile and dangerous.
Shh.
Don't shush me. But hey,
Okay,
that's
but
Don't
people
shush
blow
me.
themselves up by making
man.
BHO.
Yes.
So you're making BHO when
Guys.
you're not doing it right.
Yes.
That's how you blow
Guys.
yourself up.
yes. So
So
that's
you were
it's not safe.
It's
It can
not
be a
safe.
joke.
Yeah.
We having a lovers quarrel here?
So you always. You were mentioned in Forbes magazine?
Yeah, man, that was crazy. We ended up last year. We did an
not talking
event
about
concept
me.
called the Grass is Greener Gathering, right? We had Action Bronson come out, Styles
Ooh,
P.
love action.
It was hype,
What's up,
dude.
buddy?
For cannabis events in New England, it was one of the best ones that I've personally attended.
Yeah.
We had the Greenskeeper Cup.
Wyclef.
Wyclef
Oh, yeah.
He
ended
talked
up
about
getting
us.
interviewed after and mentioned the event and how competitions such as this are really great for the community and help, platform brands to get exposure, which
Yeah.
I think in Massachusetts is such a huge key to success right now, is working with the community, working with writers and influencers, people who do reviews and shoot content to separate your brand from the rest. And him mentioning our concept in Forbes kind of shine light on that real quick, super crazy.
Mine Forbes magazine?
I know,
No,
right?
he basically gave us a reason to live.
Yeah.
Shout out Wyclef.
Big ups,
He was like,
Wyclef, John.
Big
for
ups,
real.
Wyclef.
Ooh la la la.
I'm saying, dude. His set too. It was raining out, and he threw down, bro. He
Yeah.
played extra
He was like,
long.
competition
all the
gives
bangers.
us a reason to
Yeah.
be good. Like, it was
Yeah,
crazy.
you gotta keep
I forget
that
what the
fire
quote is,
alive.
but I was
Stay
like,
savage.
That right
shit.
now is the event
He
that
was
we're actually
literally
working
like
on right
talking
now.
about our weed competition.
Oh yeah, and it's
like-
going down for year 2, the Greenskeeper Cup,
The
right?
Greenskeeper
Yeah,
Cup.
so
it's a
shout out to
metric.
greenskeepercup.com.
Shout out to Greenskeeper Cup.
This is a fully licensed Massachusetts cannabis competition.
All
Yeah.
done through
So,
metric. Yeah.
All done through Metric. It will be sold at dispensaries. So you'll get a kit with different grams from all
You have to be a
legal
21
brands.
plus adult to go purchase the
And then
judge's
you go
kit, though.
online and you vote. And we're actually introducing new categories this year, such as best packaging, best terpene.
Wow,
Highest
look
terpene.
at you. What is this gonna? What is this called?
The Greenskeeper
Greenskeeper
Cup.
Cup.
Greenskeeper Cup.
Last year
Y'all
we had
some innovators.
about
The
35
hustle is
legal
real.
brands compete against each other.
Yeah.
Bobby
they're
and
all
I do the
cultivators.
job of 10 people each.
Yeah.
Look at you.
It's crazy.
Time-
I don't know how
times
it
5.
just like
With her expertise on like computers and legal stuff and
I
writing
get like
documents,
the contracts
Yeah.
signed
and my culture
docs.
and street
Everyone
knowledge and
loves
everything.
Bobby.
We go
He's
well together like
approachable.
that. It's a good.
I'm a little
dynamic.
intimidating. No one's intimidated by
You're
Bobby.
really freaking me out right now.
Yeah, like they love him.
Oh.
For me, they're
I
like,
got
Bobby's the
yeah.
guy.
He's the guy. Everyone knows.
He's the
like,
guy.
He just walks through people like Bobby Nuggz. Like everyone just. It's
You're like,
amazing.
yo, I'm right here. Don't you
No,
see me
no,
right
no,
here? I'm Bailey.
No,
What's
I don't
up?
even care. I'd rather be in the background. I don't want to be.
She always puts me
I'm
on
like,
and
hey.
puts me on a pedestal.
Yeah, I
and
pushed him
appreciate
out.
that.
I'm like, hey, I get to just chill.
She out of anybody who's like helped pay homage to some of the things I've done and in this weird niche I've helped create myself, she's put me on and paid homage
Yep.
to me in so many ways, And you always make me better. I love you for that.
Right
What are
on.
you guys
Thank you,
giggling
love
about
you.
over here?
What's going on, Phall Roots? What's up with you, buddy?
First time you smoked pot. How old were you?
I don't know.
What do you mean?
He can't talk
Yeah.
about that right under the
Yeah.
current conditions.
Yeah, I can't. I can't talk about that right now. But I think we should be liberated for sure.
All right, so I was actually 9 years old.
9 years old.
Yes, I have 3 older brothers.
Oh, what good
So
kids they were.
So they would play video games. Like my brother would play video games, and they'd be like, "Oh, if you roll blunts, like you could chill with us." So then I'd be like, "All right." So they like taught me how to roll a blunt, and I'd be like, "Okay, I get to hang out. I'm cool." And I'd roll the blunts for them, and then they'd smoke, and then they'd be like, "She's gonna tell on us. She's gonna rat us out." So then they made me like smoke with them, so I wouldn't tell on them.
Wow.
You're,
Shout out to my
you're in the
brothers.
band.
Since age 9.
That's a
Love you
major older
guys.
brother move.
Yeah,
Wow.
that's like
Nowadays,
really
that's
big
how you
brother.
find out if
move.
somebody's a cop or not.
Yeah, literally. They'd be like, "All right, you gotta smoke, so you can't tell mom."
I've been
And I
accused
was
of being
like,
a cop before. I'm like, me? Yeah, you.
Out of-
I'm
was
like,
it at a
no,
fish show?
I loved it.
Well, I've
I
been
only
on.
freaked out a little bit.
I've been on a lot of tours with Widespread Panic and Fish.
I love widespread.
And,
Have
yeah.
there been situations when you've ended up in handcuffs?
Never.
Yes.
Never.
Yes. Not no for you.
Never. I've never been in
What an
jail.
imbalance.
I got no nothing for nothing.
You?
No,
I never,
no.
luckily, I was raised
I
with
stay away
street
from the
smarts.
police.
I always say I was born into this shit. My family
Streets
No, you
raised
said
me.
yes, you were
Made
in
me
cuffs.
tougher.
I was, but I never went to jail.
Okay.
I never went to jail. The one time that I was actually in cuffs in the back of a cop car, he gave him the option to eat the half ounce or I would go
Yeah,
to jail.
what's
that
up
night.
with the country police doing that?
I took it and I ate the half
They're
ounce.
like,
And it
And that
was
That's
same
peer
night,
pressure,
he
isn't it?
crushed a bunch of G's up, goes down under his shoe, bro. And we were like, damn, we're fucked. We're going to jail. We had ecstasy on us. No, he's like, you eat that. I'm gonna watch you eat that half ounce.
oh
was
man,
terrible.
I
It
tried to
was
just
haze.
stay under the radar.
It was some haze too. It was some amazing
No
haze.
police,
I can't
water?
believe
no
bro.
medical history.
He really
Hold
let us have
on.
it.
So the
And I'll
police
tell
pulled you
what,
over.
I ate most of it too. My boy wasn't having it, dude. He was dry heaving and puking.
Ugh.
So you ate a
Or
half
worse.
ounce of
Mass State Police of haze.
the Massachusetts State Police pulled you over.
Found the ecstasy pills. Stepped on them.
Crazy.
Crushed up.
Cuffed us both. Decided what he was gonna do. He was probably getting a like.
No, but you walked
Yo,
away
these are
like,
your
oh, thank
options.
God I
Shift.
didn't go to
Oh
jail.
my God.
Like,
Oh, this
who
be I
cares?
love it.
Yeah.
I'm in support of
just
they're
turned
giving you the
I just
option.
No, I
turned
like
18
that.
years old. So
I
we
respect
would
that.
have been screwed. And I was with the minor. My homie was like 16, selling mad pounds. I
Don't
would've
get
been
it
the one
twisted.
trouble.
I'm in full support of them providing this option. I
Me
think
too.
it's like, yo, eat this, or if
I
you're gonna
look
get all
back,
caught
I wish
up
I
in the
knew what his
system.
name was or something, because that's like that's part of who I
That's
am.
respect.
Yo,
That caught making me eat that weed. Like
Yeah.
I
You
probably wouldn't be here
thinking.
now if
that's
Yeah.
way better, kid, than going
Way better.
getting
I got
caught
pulled
up.
over on Route
Okay.
10 in Arizona, and I still remember the officer's name. It was DS Blue.
Yeah.
So we started writing a song about him. Like, he thought we were smugglers. I'm like, bro, we just got to the Grand Canyon, man.
that's so funny.
Leave us alone. But the funny thing is, the product was in the shoe. And he searched the whole car, but never looked in the shoe and the shotgun. So we got away, Blue.
No, that's
Still to this day, I stash stuff and like I'm old school about like how I maneuver
Yep.
shit. You know, even though it's legal
People
now.
don't know.
Still
When you grew up,
stashing
when
it.
you grew up with that, like,
Yeah.
shit.
Yeah,
boom.
pound in the
I'm glad we grew up
waistline.
when we grew up. We're
Yeah.
a little bit older than
Yeah.
like you think we are.
You guys look so good for your
We look
age.
so young.
I'm the only one rocking a gray
She
beard in
keeps
the
me
room.
young.
Yeah,
We stay young.
Yeah.
No
Yeah.
kids, so
Her and the puppy
dogs.
keep me young.
I love it.
gotta keep puppies close.
What's going on back there?
Hey,
Hey guys.
you
Hey.
wanna tell the class?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
There we go.
Sexy.
Here
different
we go.
kind of conversation about
Talking about
handcuffs
how
back
tight
there.
our handcuffs were.
Uh-huh.
Ooh, very tight.
Yeah.
Yeah, I won't ever forget that night.
So we have Brianna Milano in the room again.
What's
Pull
up,
that
Ray?
microphone right next to your wonderful face there.
Hey, thanks for having me back.
Oh, it's a
I
pleasure.
love your beanie. Yeah.
Oh.
Thank you. This
That
is
shit's fire. Stony.
Stony McBlaze on Instagram. Shout out to him. He's
Shout
a
out.
comedian. Yeah, he's awesome.
Goofball,
Yeah.
he calls him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Yep,
think I know who you're
exactly.
talking about now.
Yeah.
Well,
I've never
the
heard
aesthetic,
of them,
you know?
but
big
he sounds
love, Stony
entertaining.
McBlaze.
Yo, you gotta get neither friends on the show.
Neither friends.
That new song,
What is that? A
Terps
person?
and Titties. You know what I'm talking
Terps
about?
Oh, the
and
guy like in the
titties.
back
Yeah.
corner of the yard with the fence.
I know he's blowing up. He's
Everybody
just
loves
saw
him.
that.
Like 3
He's
people
super
sent me
funny,
that video.
bro.
I was like, I already seen it.
he got a new one. It was like called Wook Sauce or some shit.
Yeah.
Hilarious,
Why is he
bro.
out here somewhere?
No, but he'll fly
Probably.
out here. We'll make it happen.
hell
Everyone's
yeah. Let's
attainable.
pull it together.
Online. Yeah,
Oh, Bickersley.
you can find him.
Yeah.
So, Brianna
idea.
Milano, Baked by Bree, you got some kind of
Hey.
question that you're interested in asking Bailey Nuggz or Bobby Nuggz over here? You're deep in the cannabis world.
it,
We
girl.
know this from our previous experience together.
She is.
Any questions?
Wow.
You guys have stumped me. No. I actually.
Look at
You
that.
guys should have rehearsed
Staying
it.
You know
true
what? You want
the
know
label
why
on
I
her
don't ask
hat.
questions? Yeah, very stony.
Yeah.
She knows all the answers.
I'm really close with them.
Yeah.
We're very good friends. Bailey and I are going out this weekend, so
Yeah.
you know we hang out
Bree
a
doesn't
lot.
have that
Bobby and I have birthdays one day away from each other.
Wow. Does that
So-
make for some sort of special
Yeah,
connection?
well,
We celebrated.
I
a
think
couple-
it
we
does.
celebrated-
Just
close.
We celebrated
I
a couple
know,
different
yeah.
times last year, though.
We did, yeah.
I went out to your birthday dinner.
Yes.
You and the
yes.
girls. I was the only guy
The
there
girls.
chilling.
You
I
did,
had
yes.
fun with you.
That was so fun.
Torrential
He took
downpour
pictures.
that night.
Shout out
I
Bobby.
took all the pictures. I took all the pictures.
Shout out Bobby.
There's a couple things going on here today. Sorry to interrupt you,
No,
Stony.
please.
Not only is Mustard Boy still here, which I forgot about.
He's in the
completely,
dark.
What is he doing? What are you
But-
doing?
down
He has
here.
to turn on the light.
The other thing that is
Mustard
interesting
bear.
here is that you have a dog on your lap, and we haven't delved
That's
into
what I was
this at
saying.
all.
You haven't
Yes.
introduced
You gotta
my dog.
introduce.
So
Her name is Holly Berry. Holly Berry.
Holly
The
Berry.
newest nugget to the Nuggz.
So hold on.
Holly Berry
You
Nuggz.
have a dog with you, and what is the dog's name?
Hi, my name is Holly Berry.
Holly Berry.
Holly Berry.
Look
Her
at
name's
that.
Holly, but it's actually Holly Berry.
She's a
'cause she looks
purebred,
like a bird.
long-haired Chihuahua, deer-head Chihuahua. She looks
I
like a
gotta get her
Rottweiler.
home, though,
She
'cause-
really does.
Yeah.
She's tired.
What's her maximum size?
She'll be 7 pounds.
Hey, Johnny, I think that one just turned off. You want to
Probably
unplug
seven.
the
Probably seven
cable
pounds
and then
max.
turn it on again? It's probably overheated.
She's our baby. I have severe PTSD, and dogs have always been incredibly therapeutic for me. But
Really?
recently, it's taken a new turn because now I own little dogs I never have before.
Yeah, she's only 8 weeks
Anxiety
old, so we
relief.
couldn't leave her home by herself. So
She'd love
since
for you
we
to
were
pet
coming
her.
here to be with you guys, we wanted to bring her
Oh my gosh,
We have
it's
two
so
special
nice that
guests
you
on the
brought
show
the
tonight
dog
also.
so
with
that we
you.
could all be together.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, there's two bears here. Can I touch the dog?
of course.
You could probably even hold her.
Go ahead, can you hold her?
She likes you.
She's very
She's
sweet.
falling asleep like as we speak right now.
No, she's so good.
Yeah.
She has
Sweet.
bed head like 24/7. It's
Yeah.
the cutest thing.
She looks like a little teddy bear. Yeah.
when she puts her head
She
up, she
is.
like always has bed head.
It's unreal.
So cute.
That dog sleeps in the bed with you.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah, right between
She
me and
has to.
Bobby. So she
Bobby,
doesn't
stop rolling over on the dog. That's
Every-
not how you
For the
talk.
last 3 nights, I wake up at
No.
like 4 and she bites my nose, yo.
We wake up
She
like
finds
in
me and
turns.
bites my nose.
I
It's a
don't know.
biteable nose.
Sometimes
Biteable, I
wake
guess
up,
so.
sometimes he wakes up.
Whatever that means.
Yeah, so like she'll move and like we'll take her and just to pee and poop because we don't want her to do that in the bed.
No, I think that's a good idea to
yeah,
not have
so
that in the
she'll
bed.
she'll stir and like I'll grab her or he will. Like we have great synergy. I don't know, like we don't really think about it.
You
It's
and
not
the dog?
fun. No, Bobby and I.
You
So,
and
like,
Bobby.
Yeah,
Yes.
so if she's exactly if she's like stirring or whatever, I'll take her or he'll take her. Like whoever is not tired.
Mom and dad life.
We'll just
Yeah,
Wow.
know. Yeah, it's crazy.
We don't have kids. We got chihuahuas.
We don't
The
have
dog
kids,
seems
but
pretty
we would
mellow.
make very good parents. I have to say.
I'm an uncle, and I'm damn proud of it.
Look
Maybe
at
one
you.
day.
Go, Unc.
Oh, yeah,
The cool uncle.
you know what my nephew's nickname is? Nug.
That's your nickname
Yeah,
for the
love
kids?
That's,
that.
I
No,
didn't even
we
I didn't
didn't
even
Uncle
give him
Nug
that.
Nug.
So
That's
Little
so
Nug-
Call
little
him
Nug
Nug
Nug.
Nug. His name is
that.
James, though. He's
his
four.
mom calls him Nug, everything. So we got a little Nug in the fam for sure.
Yeah, kids are the
He's
future.
the best, too.
The more
Do you have any
nugs, the
kids,
merrier.
Michael?
I've created 2 humans.
You've created 2 humans.
Yes.
Wow.
I have.
Congrats.
What
How
are
old-
their names?
Marcellus Stone and Cassius Ocean. 2 boys.
Wow. those
Strong
are
names.
great
Yeah, boy. Be strong.
Cassius.
Yeah.
Very
Yeah.
unique names.
Yeah.
I love
Mustard
that.
Bear.
Ooh,
He's coming
the
up.
return of the bear.
What were you doing up there, dude?
So what's going on here is there's a bear in the room.
There's 2 bears in the room.
Mustard Man. Let's talk about how people
Just sit
connect
on
with
his
you
lap.
because,
Yeah, man.
like I said at the beginning of this operation, it's too hard to capture what really goes on in the world of Bailey and Bobby here. So, what's the Instagram thing that we're steering everyone
You
towards?
guys can find us on Instagram at Bailey Nuggz, Bobby Nuggz, NUGGZ_official. Of course, you can follow our events company, High End Events Co. Look forward to any one of the events we got going on by following our Instagram pages. And up next, we got the Greenskeeper Cup. Big up. Next week, we're actually going to announce Bone Thugs and Harmony, April 13th at the Worcester Palladium. And we put some major names in the hat for openers for that show. Not only that, we've just put an offer in on Sublime with fucking Rome for 710.
So
Yeah.
that'll
So-
be in July.
We're making shit happen nonstop, staying busy, and
Yeah.
just also trying to network with people like yourself and podcasts to share our story and
You
show
have an
people-
incredible story.
Thanks, man. Anybody can enter this field and be part of this community and make a name for themselves.
Well, just in life in general, like you can sit back and just, do what you got to do. Or you can like be tearing in, digging in your cleats, sticking your shovel in the ground, disrupting the flow, having passion and pursuing it,
Blood, sweat, and
right?
tears, baby.
Alive. The
Always.
fire is in you, bro. It's
Yeah, man.
beautiful.
Kindling it
Yeah.
every chance we get.
Yeah, or just
So
like go
blessed.
lay down, rub your feet together, and eat some Hawaiian
We got a
pizza.
lot of the rest and relaxations. As going as hard as we do, you got to have the
It's
downtime.
all about balance, man. Like,
I see you
just
out there
staying
in like the
medium.
resorts, those pools. I'm like,
Yeah,
where's
but
she
those
at
are
now?
all work trips, though.
those are all
Everything's
work
work
trips.
trips. Everything's deductions, tax deductions, and
Hey.
shit.
It's
when
not
you
a
run a
bad work
business,
world.
yeah, you go to these events and you figure out like a way to pay for it, like through what you love and stuff, you know.
We really excel in multimedia, and
Make sure
now that
you
we got
do
the
all those
GoPro and the
business
iPhones,
deductions.
anywhere we go is
Captured.
you can just capture it, and there's our content. You can do an interview.
We just
We're
got
blessed,
a
like-
GoPro 12.
Yeah, just got that new GoPro Hero 12. Trying to
How do you
learn
like
that.
it?
It's dope.
I like it so far, yeah.
I've experimented with a few of the GoPros over the years, but this one's really cool.
Yeah.
I'm excited to
I
get
think there's
outside
nines
with it,
all
though.
over the place in here that don't get used.
I'm sure. Luckily, I think that on the farm it's going to be really good this spring and summer.
Yeah.
My family's owned a 50-acre farm for the last 100+ years, and there's just so much shit going on over there all the time. I want to capture some of it.
Yeah. Hey, you know what? I love Spencer from For Life.
That's my guy.
Oh
right there,
man,
bro.
Spencer's the fucking
Yeah.
man.
Shout out
Yeah.
Spencer and For
love
Life
you,
Entertainment.
Spencer.
Like
Buddy.
that's our dude.
He
And
has such a good heart,
does.
like literally. He just
not only that, the boy can rap.
Like,
And now he
what's
got
his
perfect teeth.
motivation?
He got perfect
Yeah, his
teeth
teeth
now.
are so good. And he used to be like Steve Rogers.
I don't
He-
know what that means.
Yo, he grew
Spencer had
like
a glow
crazy.
up.
He had a
dude.
glow
Spencer
up.
had a glow up. That's my
yeah,
guy.
dude, he was Steve Rogers. Now he's fucking Captain America.
He is. He's Captain America.
Dude,
And
I-
as we were
You guys
saying
ask him, have him on
about
the show,
Sublime
ask
at
him
Rome
what
or
I
any one
mean
of
by
our
that.
events, For
'Cause
Life
it's not
is
my
our partner
business.
on every show. that we
like, there's
do.
no joke. A lot of people say they got an events company and they'll do sound and whatever. Like, Spencer's
is
that
real
real
fucking
deal big boy. And the thing is, I love a dude like him because when things are getting hectic and it's a little wild and there's issues, Spencer is going to
Just
keep
holds
his
it
cool,
down.
bro.
He's so cool, yeah, man.
I've
Like,
had the
that's
opportunity to
fucking
work
good.
with him on 4 festivals.
Yeah.
4 of them, bro.
Yeah.
And
That's
every
the homie. Like,
every time
he's
it's
been-
Yeah, he
been
is.
crazy. Like we're blessed to ride that wave with him. We got to go to Vegas with him, and it looks like we're going to be expanding down to Miami next winter holiday season as well and doing
Yeah,
an event.
we
What's
are
this
100%
Turp Basil thing I
undefeated.
see
Turp
down
Basil's
there?
It's
a
actually
vibe,
Basel.
bro. Turp
Basil.
Basil.
Just let's
What is
let's
that?
get
It's
that.
in
Basil
Miami.
Basil
Our,
Basil.
our,
Let's get that
our Basil's
straight.
been
Oh
happening.
wait, that's with
Art
the
Yeah.
art
Our
Basel.
Basil's been
You're
happening
supposed
for
to say
like
it like
10,
Basel.
15 years
and all
now.
the street art,
But
right?
I don't know.
Yeah,
People
it's
said it to me that way,
insane,
and I
dude.
just want to say it the
Sick.
right way.
Art Basel.
It's Basel.
Basel. It's very
Basel?
fancy.
It's confusing.
But anyway,
was.
it's just a
There's
lot,
a lot of
art and
awesome
cool
street
people
art.
and
No, it's the biggest art
street art.
event in
glass.
the world.
I was
as far
most
as I'm
inspired by
Yeah,
the
kids
men's.
love it.
They said
The
they had
Marcus Sebastiano's
500,000
always
people
there.
come into Miami.
Oh yeah,
for
he
Art
did go
Basel
there this year.
Yo, so
500,000
we're
people
on the
came in
East
for
Coast.
him.
We're in the same time zone. It takes us 4 hours to drive down there. People were repping from Cali, which
Right.
is on all on the West Coast, and it
There
takes them so
people
long.
flew out from Barcelona.
Takes you
Uh,
4 hours.
How does
Yeah.
that
Drive
take you
to
for?
Miami
No,
from here?
not drive, fly.
Fly.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Who's gonna drive?
There's definitely
She said the
24
word
hours.
drive.
down
I
there.
didn't say drive.
Fly.
I
After
said,
that
I
trip
said
to
The bear
Hawaii,
I
says
didn't
you
say
did.
drive.
After
Oh,
that
well,
12-hour
not 'cause
flight.
I didn't say drive.
That 3.5-hour flight to Miami was quick, dude. Like,
The
but
bear,
they got
what
it
do you
going on
say?
down there, man.
Did
The
I
culture-
say
Yeah.
drive?
You know,
Bro,
we're gonna
travel far and wide, experience new cultures, new ways of living, new
But
norms.
anyway, yeah,
Don't
you should
think
go
where
down
you
to
live is
Miami
everything.
Because it's only 4 hours away, and it's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah,
She didn't say drive.
I didn't say drive.
She said it's only 4 hours
I
away.
said it's 4 hour flight, JetBlue only.
JetBlue
honestly.
only.
Do not go American.
Non-stop. Are
Non-stop.
people still doing like flights with layovers? Is that a thing?
Is that a thing?
I'm all set. I'm all set with that.
That's
No,
arrogant.
There were a couple times where like,
Definitely.
my first
I don't
travel
fly.
experiences were
Only
bad
direct.
with the
Only
layovers, man.
direct.
Layovers
Lay-
can suck.
Don't take
Layovers,
There's
would I
no
wanna
such-
walk off
zero
fast
layovers.
to an
Chicago
airport?
I ain't
over
getting
here.
off the plane, getting back on the plane before I get there.
Now, sometimes you have to, though, depending on where you're going.
Yeah, big up
Okay.
Spencer, man. I got to shout him out one more time. That's my
Yeah.
dude right there.
Spencer, For Life Entertainment.
You should
You
have
know we love you.
Gotta get him
yeah,
on the show,
We'll have
for
him in
sure,
here.
man.
He could bring like a whole LED wall behind us.
would.
Yeah, he
You know,
would.
maybe before the April 13th Palladium show, we
got
can get him on the
lasers.
show to hype up the concert. and-
You
Yeah.
guys, we
Yo,
could put like
there
a
it is,
laser
Spency,
projection
baby.
of
It
you.
is.
Yeah, we can make that happen.
A laser Michael
we're-
projection.
I think that's too
hologram.
much.
If you
for the
know
world.
Spencer,
I
you know
think
we're
one
gonna put
Michael's
all the
enough,
stops for this
personally,
next
no.
show. Because the thing is, the Palladium has everything. It's got the stage, sound, so none of the shit that he has to set up,
Yeah.
worry about.
Oh, he's all
gonna
on
be able
the
to put his
extras.
in the lasers. And
Yeah.
all this.
Lasers.
He's such
Nah,
a nerd
nah,
with
we got big
geeking
plans.
out.
He's
on
gonna
this.
nerd out and have a good
he
time.
does. He's super
Yeah.
brilliant, smart. I'm not good with all this electronics and stuff.
These events take high production, and people
Major.
like Spencer make that happen because he has the production team. And
I'll make sure anybody in
capabilities.
this room will hook you guys up with tickets for that show, and you got to come out and do the balloon drop and everything with us. It's gonna be
What's the date on this show here? What is this?
April 13th at the Worcester Palladium. It's the roll up featuring the Greenskeeper
Happy
Cup.
birthday,
Ooh,
April 13th.
now everybody
You're
in this
Aries?
room,
Are you
you're
an
gonna commit.
Aries? Ah, fucking Aries.
If you put together a list of names for me, I'll make
I'm
sure you guys are
Gemini,
set
so
up
people
local.
hate
All
Gemini.
right, we're all
There it
gonna be
is.
there. This is the Greenskeepers Cup,
Yeah, and the roll up.
Yeah.
April
Both with
13th,
Bowling
Worcester
Bus and
Palladium.
GKC.
Fancy
gonna be
Mustard,
hype.
give us a head nod if you're going.
You know we'll be
He's
there.
in.
Going.
Come on now.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, man, we're staying busy. I'm so excited for 2024 and making new friends, making new connections, and living my best life with my wife and my new
Hey.
dog. Life's
There
a
it
vibe,
is.
bro. You're so lucky.
I got a question
Right?
for Bobby.
Yeah. Question him.
Let's talk about this pizza you
Yeah,
got.
man. Let's talk about some pizza, bro.
Prince of the pizza pie.
I love pizza, bro. Obviously, but during the pandemic, right? I
Yes.
kept watching Dave Portnoy's video, and I thought I knew what good pizza was, and thought I had high pizza standards, right? He kept talking about bar pie, bar pie, bar pie. I was like, all right, I'm gonna go to this bar, get some pizza. But little did I know that it was like a specific style of pizza,
Yeah.
where it has like burnt edges of cheese all the way around, and it's made in a pan. So I started going to these places of purveyors of this style of pizza, bar pizza. Since 2020, I've tried upwards of like 35 different spots, all throughout South Shore, Massachusetts. Some of them are winning awards, and
Yeah.
some of them were out of people's houses. Like, there's crazy food laws in Mass that Rhode Island doesn't have. So you could turn your garage into a licensed kitchen if you wanted to, and bring pizza out there. But yeah, I love bar pie, and you know, it's a huge part of my life. And now we make the
Okay.
cast iron pizza. It's wicked
look great,
popular.
dude.
Thanks, man. We
What's
love
the
it.
name of your pizza pie
Bobby's
operation?
Bar Pizza, bro.
Bobby's Bar
Yeah,
Pizza.
yeah, cast iron baked. We want to do something that no one else is doing. No one else is making no fucking cast iron baked. Other than maybe Uno's, and
They
they
ain't
it's not
doing
even
it.
real cast iron. I'll tell you that. But we love it. We're doing an event Friday. We pop up. for
How are you
35
doing it?
people.
Like, give me more. Like, you're at where are the pizza's being cooked? Is there a
Yeah.
trailer? Is there a truck? Is it out of the garage? Like, what's happening?
The place is in Tiverton. It's a glass
Tiverton?
shop. Yeah, Tiverton, Rhode Island.
Okay.
And it is a glass shop with a speakeasy lounge.
Ooh.
You go through
okay.
a hidden magnetic door, and they have about $250,000 of blotter art on the
LSD
walls.
blotter, yeah, it's sick.
Yeah, and it's like a high class.
I don't know what that is.
It
yeah,
sounds
blotter
awesome.
art is like acid art.
Okay.
You've ever
Perforated
seen
paper.
perforated paper, and some
yeah.
of it is like real acid. Maybe we don't know. Probably not. Scratch that. And
I'm just gonna lick this piece of
yeah,
art
you
real
could
quick.
just go over to the art. Maybe you know
They got the licensed kitchen
snozberries
over
taste
there.
Like snozberries.
So we bring the cast iron
might.
pans, and we make everything fresh. We make our dough. We proof for
Yeah,
48
Bobby
hours.
brings like a stack of
all our
cast
scratch
irons
ingredients, and we're known
make
for making
pizza.
really crazy combos.
What's your favorite combo?
So one of my favorite combos is our Buffalo Soldier. It's the goat cheese with the jalapenos and the buffalo chicken. Super good. You guys would dig that.
Yo, if I ate
And then
stuff,
the
I'd
Big
eat
Mac
that.
with the
Nah,
burger
he's
snaps, bro.
vegan.
You'd like
What's
a
your
Big
best
Mac.
Big
vegan
Mac.
pizza?
Let's
I mean,
go.
Just
What kind of crust would you use?
honestly, the cauliflower crust.
Cauliflower.
Everybody likes the cauliflower
like-
crust. We tried a couple recipes with that. I could not get it right. I'm sorry.
Nah, cauliflower is real
the gluten-free
hard.
shells. You guys gotta buy that shit from the store if you want.
No, you can use. All right, so I saw a really good one
Pizza.
with cauliflower and cornstarch. Cornstarch.
Cornstarch. When we have
Try
people,
that.
they'll bring their
Corn-
Bro,
own.
corn
you're not
style.
gonna be
They'll
able
bring
to
their
make
own
me a
shell.
pizza.
I was like, cool.
Like, can you make this? Yeah, of course. Whatever you want me to do. We have, some people they'll bring their own cheese because it's the only kind they'll eat.
What's that? A shell? The crust? Is that?
Yeah,
A
a
shell,
little
yeah.
shell.
It's got the industry lingo.
Sauce.
I'm not that
Lingo,
hip.
Yeah.
And we infuse our pizzas for this event 100 milligrams. So they're infused.
Oh, wow.
They're all 10-inch personal pan pizzas, infused 100 milligrams.
I get high.
We bust out
Get
the fryer, and we make mozzarella sticks from scratch, and
Are those infused too?
of course, yes,
Every course is infused
for the pizza
20
parties,
to 50
yeah.
milligrams.
Not for interpretation.
With like RSO, that's infused in oil. It's so good.
A lot
The
of the
best
times
stuff.
we use distillate too. Depends,
No, RSO only.
but I love it. I got fat off
Rick.
eating those pieces, bro. I won't lie.
Simpson oil,
Yes.
which I like
Shout
much
out
better
Rick
than
Simpson.
RSO. Freaks me out.
That was one of the first people that
Rick
inspired
Simpson
me
oil.
to work in weed was Rick Simpson. Run from
You
the
don't
Cure.
like the anagram? Like, you don't like
Yeah, it makes me
RSO?
feel like you're like
RSO?
you're doing drugs.
No, I like it. Everything
see
needs
that.
like letters.
Listen,
Did you try it?
yes, but
Yes.
He's here.
I don't
Brownies-
know.
Dude, you gotta watch
I
out
want to
for
give
brownies,
Rick his
man.
credit.
Okay, I see that. Give
Yeah.
him his dues.
I love Rick. Maybe I don't know him, but
I'm
Rick
sure
Hill.
you do.
84 kid.
20. I was like 20.
Yeah, nice work.
Yeah, I
with
was in
that.
I was in college.
That's a long wait.
Yeah.
Why'd you wait so long?
I listened to like punk emo stuff when I was a kid, so I was a straight edge kid for a while.
That's
Punk.
the vibe.
I dug some of that punk emo.
Nah, but
Some
he
of those
was like,
songs could throw
spun
down.
out in my room.
Exactly.
Wait, but he was spun out in
Yeah.
his room.
Ooh.
I'm spun out in
it's like
my
warp-
room.
warp
It's so
Tour
good
vibes.
though. It's
Yeah.
just great.
Gonna scrap the song I wrote today.
Yeah.
I want to hear your band, Johnny. I got to come through for a show sometime.
What have we not touched on in this conversation here that we're overlooking? The teddy bear and the
Yeah,
mustard.
we need to know who you are.
Yeah.
Maybe
Is this
we'll
the
get
big
that before
reveal?
this event ends here. We'll see how
Honestly,
that goes.
We touched on so
Is
much,
it time?
so many good topics. I definitely would. People need to pay attention to this new wave of hallucinogens and psychedelics, and the hallucinogen psychedelic industry is
Booming.
modeled after
Yeah.
cannabis.
Yeah.
and cannabis. So,
Crazy.
Love it.
something that we believe in and we think
Me
is
too.
going to take a new forefront for the entire world. Microdosing, and
I feel like it
as
might
someone
be
who benefited from it,
legalized
it will be.
before.
Yeah.
We were saying that
Weed
mushrooms will
federally.
probably be taken off Schedule 1 before weed is, just
Right.
because of cannabis with PTSD with the veterans and the MDMA trials they're doing right now. That there's actual valid medical research.
Yeah, there's
being
valid
done for,
medical
you know?
research in psychedelics where the cannabis hasn't even touched on that yet. So at this point, psychedelics are poised to become federally legal before cannabis.
Look at that. It has
in
more
particular
clear and
mushrooms,
direct
and
benefit.
As we see
Yeah.
city by
Yes.
cities decriminalizing and making it so you can grow them at home now.
Yeah.
Which who would ever thought you could grow mushrooms? The same thought process as weed, but now it's something that is even more taboo. You know, and
Yeah.
that's something I think people just need to pay attention to, and don't be afraid to try it. You know, especially from a trusted source where they know what you're taking. They perhaps grew it. There's so many new strains out.
If you're going to try mushrooms for your hallucinogenic mushrooms for the first time, how much should you take?
So I always
Bobby
would
Nuggz.
recommend like a 16th. That's always so like a 1.6. So 16th is what they say is like a half an eighth.
Yeah.
But that's also could be a very
How
heavy
many
trip.
grams is that?
It could be
1.6 grams is a 16th.
Like a gram.
A gram to 2 grams for if you're trying to trip your first time is good.
Yeah, a little more.
If you're
than a
really
gram.
trying to
I
like
can
maybe
see
break
that.
through and make sure you have a good trip, and eighth is good.
And then see how
My
you
first
feel,
trip, I
wait
ate a
an
quarter
hour,
ounce,
and
and that got
maybe
real
have some
weird.
more.
I ate a
I think
quarter
it
got-
depends
it
on
got
the
real
strain.
weird. You
I
could
think it
also
depends
take
on
like a
the-
small
depends on the
microdose, right?
strain.
Yeah,
I think
small microdose, and you'll feel great from that too.
Yeah. Scott Winters from CNA Stores is here.
Thanks for having me
Hey.
again, Mike.
Pleasure
Always,
to have you
always
here.
a killer time.
You
Oh,
finally,
we
you finally
love
brought me and
CNA
this dude in the
stores.
same room together.
I know,
There it
right?
is.
Well, we were in the same
Look
room
at you.
together.
I know, long time coming,
long
hard to
time
get
ago.
into
Long
convo,
time.
you know,
we
like,
come
super
from
dope.
kind of similar places.
Oh, yeah.
I know you have
But
a lot to say. I want
But
to hear
on
it.
that note, I wanted to bring it back. You had said something about it, and it's something that I've been touching upon lately too, is that I miss the advocacy side, and with my role now, I can't do the same things that I used to. So, but there's still a lot of work to be done. We touched on psychedelics. Mushrooms are, in my opinion, like what medical cannabis did for cannabis, right? It kind of greased the skids. Mushrooms and that form of psychedelic, I think, is greasing the skids. There are
Greasing the skids.
larger forms of psychedelics, ibogaine, which is definitely a shaman or a nurse practitioner type
I
of
just had a friend-
type of experience.
Fentanyl addict, 2 years sober because he went to the ibogaine treatment.
Yep, 4
Jungle.
days. So I've watched stories of 22-year heroin folks
Insane.
that in 4 days they're all done.
Yeah, like that.
They're the mind, your own
If you're
mind
out there
has
struggling,
those things.
and you're at your last resort and you don't know what else to do, I
Try
would
it.
go to the
Fuck
jungle
it.
and try ibogaine and look
Yeah,
So
for
these
drugs.
are
that's a
so
loop,
speaking of
bro.
advocacy.
Say it again. What's the word?
Ibogaine. There's a ton of different psychedelics. Peyote,
Basil?
ibogaine, ibogaine.
Yeah, it's
ibo-
ibogaine, ibogaine.
It is,
You're
and they
like
still do
so
trials.
innocent.
Yep.
They still do a lot of trials
So
down in South
innocent.
America.
It
There's a
sounds
lot of
innocent.
treatment
All
centers
this is
down in
still
South
in such an
America.
infant phase.
It's not. That's the thing.
I guess you're right.
Is on a silly human level. It is on an early phase, but I mean these are medicines that people have been using for centuries
now.
Right? And so with our modern laws, which to be real, the U.S. really has a big play in the worldwide drug laws in general.
You were saying that before.
So back to, and that's why I wanted to get up here is that since you said that there was nothing left to advocate for, sort of, right, and you miss it, and I miss it too. There's a lot to advocate for.
No, definitely.
There's a lot. We work with a lot of veterans. We're a veteran organization. We support other veteran organizations. My better half almost lost a veteran last night. There's a lot of reasons for psychedelics.
Oh, yeah,
and once again, the veteran community, and I'm not a veteran, so I'm not, once again, though, the veteran community is going to help us legitimize everything else, 100%. Right? So,
it's happening right now.
The non-psychedelic folks out there, as soon as you say veterans are using it to treat PTS, we turn them.
Exactly.
Yep. And
what do you think there is to advocate for cannabis?
I don't think cannabis. I think
the
cannabis is rolling. I think we're done with that. I think we're on to psychedelics. I think we're on to some other. There's a lot of things.
Set that standard for everything else.
There's a lot of social justice
like things in cannabis to advocate for, just by being a good person and showing people, you could smoke weed and not be like a certain type of person. Like I try to be
the stigma is still what we advocate
for. I'm a woman. I'm educated.
I think I live in somewhat a bubble there. So we worked really hard during those days, and I worked. So you worked on a state level. I really concentrated those efforts in a local community. So I live in a place where those conversations don't happen. We don't look down upon each other. People that are the naysayers, they don't really. For example, I've had chief of police for Amesbury for 2 years try to set me on fire with his eyes. When I'm standing at the podium, and then
whoa,
and then all of a sudden
throwing shade at the police,
and then all of a sudden, and at the same 2 years, and I always pick the person in the room that is the person that holds all the animosity towards it, right? So, and if you handle those folks with the right, it's the issue's bigger than you. So I'm not going to get my feelings hurt.
Make them like you make them understand you,
right?
Kill them with kindness
and so all the rest of the people in the room will follow right along with that, right? But I watched that same police chief 2 years later not able to look me in the eye, and then they brought him up to the podium, and he had a family member that had the positive experience for medical cannabis. Yeah. So he evolved.
Yeah. Not
right?
only that, but look at you. You're a businessman.
I wasn't a businessman. No.
But now you have
so my
savage, very direct.
My community has known me for a lot of things. They've known me for a lot of things, and I've never changed. Whether I'm not. Don't ever call me that again.
No.
I'm just kidding.
I'm just kidding.
I appreciate that. No,
Scott seems really angry. Is he okay?
No, I'm not.
Being a businessman is such a compliment.
I know. I was just playing.
Business isn't easy. That's
He's
not
a
just something
businessman.
that
Especially in the weed world, like
politician.
Honestly, people want to do things like underground or like black market. It's much easier to do that than to go totally legal.
So I
the way that you have.
I come from a place. Also, I wasn't from the traditional market. I was a purchaser. I was somebody that was treating mental health, and I don't have kids, so I was somebody in my city that wasn't afraid to come and talk about it. I'm still not afraid to talk about anything. I don't care what it is, except for the fact that I have this patch on my shoulder. And it's not that I'm afraid to open up and be myself, but I got to be careful on which controversial lines I step on.
That's right, because you represent an incredible brand.
I represent, of local people that are working hard every day, and I'm not going to blow it for them. But at some point, I'm going to get to retire. And at some point, I'm going to be back at that podium.
Oh, yeah, brother.
And I'm going to be talking about Ibogaine.
Hell yeah.
And I'm going to be talking
Hopefully
about...
I'll be right there with you.
Yeah, I look forward to the day again. And it's not that I hate what I do now. I was an advocate on cannabis, and then a government official on cannabis for Amesbury, and now I work in the industry, and fortunately within my city. which makes all the difference in the world.
Sounds like you've gone where you've been very needed.
I have a lot of perspectives. And I couldn't have paid for that schooling. I couldn't have gone to a school and got all of those different perspectives. But there's a lot of education between those worlds. You know it, and I know it. The advocacy world feels a certain way. Sometimes the business community feels a certain way, and I think being able to bridge those gaps is important. The community feels a certain way.
Yeah.
So there's still a lot of educational work to do. And that's how I look at my advocacy now. But someday I am going to, not have the the jersey on, and I'll be back at that podium,
Maybe there's some handcuffs in your future.
Oh, I don't doubt that a bit. I do doubt that.
All this came from civil disobedience in the first
I think I'm 54.
Must
and
cause
and I see the younger generation now going, why is that a law? Yeah. And there's a lot of things that I feel my generation, like I'm going to get us to sit back a little bit. And the only reason being is because the generations behind me are like, yeah, that shit's ridiculous. Yeah. And they're going to be senators, and they're going to be congressmen, and they're going to be, the folks at the local level, the city councils.
10,
and all
15 years before it's really taken off schedule.
Our generation's
coming up. Because once those youth get into office,
that's not acceptable. That's not acceptable.
We're in our 30s.
I agree.
That's
now.
not
unacceptable.
Bobby might be one day. Look
Not
in
acceptable.
the future, he might be a local senator or a fucking
I can see
congressman or
you.
something.
I don't know.
The shirt and
or
the tie,
perhaps
the
I
whole
will
suit.
If I didn't have the last
Please
name
don't.
that
10
I
to
have,
15
maybe it's
years.
possible in Rhode Island.
Yeah.
So again, with the generations that are coming up, we're going to change the world.
Oh yeah, my brother.
I love you.
Peace by
I'm going to
peace,
cut
day
you
by
off
day.
from
Love it.
talking. Okay? He's done. What is this here you have in your hand? I know we love
Yeah.
Hitman. What is
That's
that?
my dude. Big ups, Dougie. So this is a new release from the Hitman line. This is the Hitman Iced Coffee Rig.
Wow.
He also has the Hot Rig, Little John Chugs, American made. If you're actually interested in purchasing yourself one, you can hit me up on the gram. I'll get you on the list. Super exclusive rig right now, and obviously, you all have connection to Massachusetts and Duncan like we do. So
Yeah.
Can I see that?
has a special place in my heart,
Don't say that name.
Yeah, I can't say that
Nobody
name.
say that D name.
Oh,
There's
it
a-
has nothing to do with that.
There's a funny story behind this rig, right? Maybe
Weird.
5
Doesn't
years
even
ago,
remind me of it.
Hitman Glass got sued by Starbucks for $500,000.
Yo.
Yeah, yo.
And this
Starbucks
is
just slow down now.
This
You
is
got
the
enough.
new wave right here.
Yeah.
Just big ups to my boy Dougie, always coming through, supporting.
Dougie.
Biggest events that I've seen personally through in the United States were Chalice Festival, and that was the event that changed my life for real. And we're looking forward to flying out and getting out there for the Emerald Cup this year and getting out there to NorCal, dabbing this thing.
Did you almost come to tears when you brought up the Chalice
Bro,
Festival?
I had almost, man. Like that event truly was the best event I've ever attended in the United States, and it changed my life and so many other people I know, and people who won awards at that event now own some of the biggest brands in the world. And Dougie put people on for real, and that dude's lost it all and came back. And if there's anything I respect, it's a fucking hustler, and
Like a
that's my
Big
guy.
love.
Passion.
Dougie, Hitman.
Oh, yeah. Respect.
Take a hitman on IG.
Hell yeah!
Yes.
Take a hit,
What
man.
is it?
Take a hitman.
Take a hit, man. Get hip with it, y'all.
Oh yeah!
Um,
Again, thank you guys so much. We had a blast with y'all tonight.
Hell yeah. So as we round this out, I would like to outwardly express, and I'm sure this is what everyone else in here would say, that I love you both.
Love you too.
It's
Love
been
all you guys for real.
It's been a pleasure
Hell yeah.
being in your company.
Likewise.
And something I always talk about it again, is that I appreciate your willingness to step into the room, right, surrounded by what other people would look at as strangers for the most part. You create this misconception in your head, but to really enter the room and to be ready
Hell yeah.
to just be friends, family. The vibe is right. I appreciate that about you, and I saw it from both of you right away. It's just like, this is real. And I know we've met before in some funny situations, but today, I love you guys for
you too.
being beautiful humans.
And likewise, I'm excited to see we're offering something heads and wishing y'all massive success
It's
this
going
year.
crazy right now.
Let me help you guys get some cool guests on the show, and thank you for giving us a fucking platform to share our
Hell yeah. Now, as we close this out, I want everybody that's in the room to come over on this side. Everyone.
the rig nuts.
Get
You
some
guys
people
don't have
on the
to knock
floor
me
out here in the front, too, as well. Somebody get the, I think the mustard guy has to go like right in the front on the floor, center. Help him sit there next to you, Burger Snaps. Yeah. And you got to bend down low if you're over here, love. Jonny Deups, make sure you get down low. Yo, this is a crew in here right now.
Family picture.
All right, Phall Roots, get back. It's all right if you hit that one now. This is it. This is offering something. Everybody put your hands up in the air. Get some love, y'all. Yeah. Yo, I love you guys. It's offering something. We are out of here.